All right, I'm very happy to say that we only have one more class to write, which will be our dependency provider. So this class is essentially something like a tool like Dagger 2 would generate for you. In this particular case, and in general for simple applications, I don't actually recommend you use a tool like Dagger 2 because the code is actually easier to handwrite yourself and you can kind of understand how dependency injection works. Now, if you're building a sort of industrial scale application, I do actually recommend Dagger 2 over other options. There are a couple different things in Kotlin, like for example, coin and coding. And at least last time I looked them up, one of the main limitations of those particular libraries is that they're pretty much like giant service locators, and there's a degree to which they don't scale well based on the scale of your application. So anyways, this is going to be really simple to write, so let's just jump in. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to create another package called build logic in our main package. And within that, we are going to create an object called dependency provider. And as I said, it's going to be an object because it's not actually going to store any state in particular. But what it's going to do is it's basically going to hide the backend and even the logic class details from our view, which happens to be an activity. This is quite convenient because activity can be used when necessary to get a hold of the application class or just get a hold of the activity context. So this is where I would typically put this kind of code even if I'm doing like a single activity architecture. So anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to say fun provide logic, and we will pass in our calculator activity. And then this is going to return our interface, iCalculatorUI.logic. And then what we can do is we can say return calculator logic. And then all we need to do here is satisfy the dependencies for calculator logic. So I'm going to hit Control P, and it's going to pop up with a dialog that says we need a view, our calculator interface, and a dispatcher as well. So within here, we're going to supply main as the view, referring to our activity. We're going to create a calculator impl object, and in order to do that, we need to supply a validator and our evaluator. And then finally, we need to supply dispatchers.main, which will be the root coroutine scope when we're actually using the application proper. All right, so that's all we need to do there. Then I'm just going to clear some windows here by holding Shift and clicking on the tabs. And then I'm going to open up the activity. And here we will finish off our to-do. And all we need to write at this point is we will say logic equals dependency provider dot provide logic, and we just need to pass in this. Alright, so at this point you should actually be able to build and deploy this application. If you're getting errors, what you can do is you can check the repository to make sure you've got all of the proper code. If you're still getting errors after doing that, then please let me know all the details you can tell me about the error. Send me a message and I can try and help you with it.